Hello, so this video is about limited liability companies and what they are and how they kind of work. It's very brief, of course, but it's kind of an introduction. A lot of people get limited liability companies for the limited liability reason for having a limited liability company. And the reason is that, let's say for example, you own a rental property. A lot of people put their rental property into the LLC. So if someone were to fall down the steps and sue you, they first would go to your insurance to see if they can get recovery. And if your insurance wasn't sufficient, or if you didn't have any, or whatever, they denied the claim, then they're going to go after your personal assets for reimbursement for their injury. Well, if you had the house in a limited liability company, they're only able to sue the limited liability company, which owns the house. So the liability is limited to the assets in the limited liability company, not your personal assets, not your brokerage accounts, not your other house, not your real house, not your farm, not whatever, whatever, cars, vehicles. All your other precious assets are protected by having a limited liability company. But having a limited liability company comes with some requirements. If you want to preserve the limited liability protection of a limited liability company, what you need to do is make sure you comply with the law. And one of which is to do annual reports, keep minutes, have an operating agreement. And an operating agreement is just your agreement. It could be even just a sole member. It could be just one person that says, here's what happens to the membership, the LLC, during my lifetime, who could administer it. It's a very simple document, but if you don't have those documents and you just filed for an LLC with the state of Ohio, then the person that fell down your steps can what we call pierce the corporate veil and say, well, you really didn't have an LLC because you didn't comply with the formal requirements. And guess what? We are going after your house. We are going after your bank account. We're going after everything. So what we want to do to preserve that shield, to protect your assets from creditors or people who get injured or whatever, you just do a simple LLC and do it with an operating agreement. It's got to be up to date. You got to have annual reports. You got to keep minutes, and they're very simple documents to do. The way we do them, you do that every year with your accountant. You just say, yeah, gee, I've looked over the books with the accountant, and we divided up assets and income and did our taxes. Complied, check the box. So we're going to maintain a nice and healthy LLC to protect, shield your assets and maintain limited liability protection.